What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to episode 74 of the Maple-Baum podcast. Mark, how the hell are you doing, man?
We're back from a short break. This is our eighth comeback, and this time we're gonna stick around. Maybe not. I don't give a shit. We're here now, and that's all that matters. We got our very special guest, Patric Eley. He's our most redacted guest we have on here. The Epstein Island list is redacted. Goddamn social media is redacted. Saudi
Yep.
Arabia, the festival they had over there is redacted. We're gonna ask him some questions. He's the most interesting man in 209 comedy. That's why here we're gonna talk about him. We're gonna talk to him. We're gonna talk to you. You're gonna have a fun time. Pull up. Get some goddamn liquor. Bring your kids aboard. Get your dog in the room. The Maple-Baum podcast. The Maple-Baum podcast starts right goddamn. But now I'm done. Here.
What the
now? Bye. I'm not business.
We're live, man. What's going on? We got the magnificent Patrick on. How you doing, man?
I'm all right. How are you guys doing?
We're a mess, as you can see, but we're kicking it. We're hanging strong. Fucking Mark, that intro was hilarious to me. I don't know why.
I fucked up 8 times and it made me mad, okay? I said Toddcast and I fucked up a few other things.
We'll get
It
the
doesn't
rust
matter.
off, man. You got rust. We gotta get the
It's
rust
rust. We'll get it off. We got our guy Patric Eley. He's been on the podcast before. He's lived an interesting life. He always lives in a goddamn interesting life. He's a doctor. He's a chiropractor. He's a dog lover. He's a woman lover. He's been on the road. He's been on the road with some interesting people. It's not for me to say. Patrick, how has life been for you in the past? Since you've been on the podcast, it's been like 2 years. How has life been for you and the comedy scene and going around and doing whatever the fuck it is? What the fuck is up with you? What's going on, damn it?
My life has been bipolar.
Oh, fuck.
I know of it.
I've had really cool, wonderful opportunities in comedy, and that's continued to go up. And as that's happened, I have done my best to deal with pretty much repeated, complete chaos behind the scenes.
Does it feel like you're playing a game of Scrabble while falling down an elevator shaft?
Yeah, with like spikes on the side of the elevator shaft that you just kind of bounce off of.
So it's like a video game level, like a Donkey Kong level. You're just trying to avoid enemies while you're in free fall in some way. I know that's a dumbass comparison, but you've
Yeah,
had
I just hope each time I land on stage that I'm able to talk.
That's fucking crazy. You talk about
question.
Oh.
Question. You consider a lot of this to be fake business. That's always been your catchphrase. So here's my
Yes.
question to you. When can you no longer consider your business to be fake?
Hmm. Well, I'll always consider it to some degree fake because I consider businesses that make a lot of money still fake. Uh, I kind of think of like if you're a farmer, that's a real business. Uh, but when I make a couple $100,000 a year for the first time and up from there, I'll consider this the real thing.
Question. You still work your regular job. Is it okay for me if I ask that? You're still a chiropractor. You still work with patients, yeah?
Haven't been a chiropractor since I moved to California.
Oh shit. Okay. My
Wow.
bad. Sorry about that.
Where
You're all
did you
good.
live originally before California?
I moved out to California from Chicago.
Oh, were you
And
Chicago your whole life, or?
no, I grew up on the East Coast, moved around every 3 years pretty much.
Oh shit.
And I was in Chicago for 3 years and then came out here. And I really wanted to never have to do chiropractic for money, like for a income again. And just in case, I took the boards and stuff for the state and got my license here, and then I put it in retirement status.
Oh, cool.
And
Okay.
so every now and then I'll help out a friend or a family member, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
But as
under the
far
table.
as
It's not like, hey, I'm for hire. I have an office. I am a chiropractor.
right,
Okay, fair enough. Sorry about that. I always like I always think like when I do my comedy crap, I get these big crazy gigs paying shit. So I'm always like, okay, I'm a actual paying comedian when I'm an actual real comedian when I can put it on my tax forms. I've done that.
yeah,
But it's not enough for me to quit my regular fucking job, and that makes me mad. I'm always like, I just want to quit my regular job and no longer focus on this shit and just do comedy all the time. I've always run into a crossroads. How you feeling with that? You feel like you're getting closer to just no longer doing whatever you got to do, and all it is just solely comedy, or will you always, if you guys don't know, Patrick spars with world class fighters, and he trains with them. Will you ever give that up and just do comedy solely?
I have said that when Nate Diaz retires, that I will do a lot less of that. I'm sure I'll always kind of do it as a hobby, but like to me, the whole fighting, like there's some fun parts about it. Like you can have a nice afternoon doing some jujitsu with buddies, I
Yeah.
suppose, but it's not really fun to like go get punched in the face. It's a challenge and it's a great puzzle and it's very stimulating and I find it rewarding to figure out those puzzles. But I've said when he retires that I'll only do that when I feel like it.
Right.
Well, that's what
And
I genuinely wanted to know. Like, how did you even get to the point that you're at now? With like, what made you go? I need to go and start fighting and do all, and then you got mixed in with the people that you are now. Like, I just think it's a crazy like origin story of just like one day you decided you wanted to start fighting, and then all of a sudden you're with the big dogs. Like, how did you go from like point A to point B to C D?
well, you guys might be able to relate better than you think because most comedians are a little crazy.
Yeah.
And um, I had to do some crazy things as far as society's thoughts, but I was not enjoying being a chiropractor. I was not enjoying my regular life where I did compete in amateur martial arts
And I imagine the
and
pay was good and you can just live on that. And,
yeah, I could have
but
just done that.
yeah,
It wasn't great. It wasn't what people imagine. Well, I don't know what people imagine about chiropractors, but when you're a student, they tell you you're going to make as much as a medical doctor. That's not true. Uh, but yeah, I could have just done that. And I was around 30 years old, which was already too old. But I said, if I wait another year to go do something I care about, it's going to be too late. And the only things I really cared about were music and fighting. And I have no musical ability. So
Oh wow.
I saved up some money, and my girlfriend at the time and I moved to California. We moved to the 209. I let her go pick out where we lived, and she ended up picking out and I never paid any attention until I put it into the GPS to move. But she had gotten us a house in the Sierra Nevadas in the mountains, still in the 209 in Calaveras
Wow.
County, but about an hour and 45 minutes away from the gym. So,
Wow.
because she went to Stockton and that didn't feel right to her.
yeah.
And and
I
her
don't
pitch
blame
was
her. I mean, Stockton.
her pitch was like, you haven't even talked to these guys. You can't get them on the phone. You don't even know if they're going to let you stay on the team. So if you fail at this, at least we'll be in someplace pretty.
That's
And I
yeah.
respected that. So we were there for about a year, and then I moved to Stockton. So I just showed up at the gym a week or so after I had moved here and started training. They wanted to know like my background as far as what experience I had, have you have you boxed? Have you done this? Have you done that? Do you have fights? And I just started doing that. And when I got out here, I realized the reason I had done that rather than just like trying to become a pro fighter in Chicago was I had had a lot of success in my competing in the Midwest, and I had the internet.
Yeah.
And so I saw like on YouTube that these guys that were at the top of the top and had the real skill sets, did not look the same as the stuff that was in the rooms the same rooms that I was in.
How so?
And they were just better.
Oh, gotcha. Like they were more like
Yeah.
athletes, like fucking different breed, if you will.
Uh, well, when it comes to fighting now, there's two different, sometimes there's a hybrid, but there are your athletes who treat it like a sport, and then there are your fighters who don't necessarily have the same natural athletic ability, but they have a stronger mindset,
Mm,
and they're not just obsessed with winning, like they're willing to die
mm,
in that competition, in that match, in that fight, whatever it is. And it was both. That it
right.
was just not the same caliber of people. And I knew of like the major camps as far as the UFC, and my favorite one in terms of the style of fighting and the attitude, I guess, was the the Diaz brothers team. So I just said I might as well go figure out before I just dump my life here, and I don't particularly like living in Chicago. I might as well go to California and figure out like what's really what. And then if it all makes sense, I'll let the people that are already at the top of the game tell me what I should do.
Oh yeah.
And that was 11 years ago.
Fucking
And
wild.
I got out here and I was right, and I was getting like tapped out by white belts and beaten up by them too. And I had a lot of learning to do, but I had a pretty open schedule.
Fuck,
So,
man.
you know,
That's
uh, a few years after that, I got over that curve or whatever you want to call it, and started getting pretty good.
that's awesome. That shit's no joke. Like I took one time, me and my brother. My brother always wanted to be a UFC fighter, and we literally took one class. It was something like you a start class, and if you like it, then you continue. And
Hmm.
I had an asthma attack. Like not, and we didn't even get to like the fighting yet. It was just like the exercises before you did the fighting. And I'm over here having an asthma attack with my inhaler, but my brother was like, but like you guys do that shit on the daily for hours and hours and I just think it's fucking. You have to be a different breed, a different cloth to fucking do that shit, in my opinion.
My fighting background is I sell wolf tickets. So I just look at somebody, hey,
I
you
like it.
motherfucker. Hey, what the
Good
fuck? I have
reference.
no fighting background. I've never done anything in my life. Hey, you son of a bitch. What the fuck? I get mad at them, and then I'm just hopefully they don't call my bluff. Because if they call my bluff, I'm gonna get my ass handed. I'm gonna get my head shoved through a fucking car windshield. You know.
Have you
So
For
ever
those
been
that
in a
don't,
fight, Mark, at all?
oh shit! It was like it was like the science camp in sixth grade. I beat the fuck out of him.
Okay.
This guy wanted to shut the
good.
fuck up, so I shut him up, and that was about it. After that, no, I've never. Now I got my ass kicked against my brother. No, I have no fighting background. So if you're watching this right now, remember if you see me in real life, I'm a pussy, and you can beat me up. Okay, so. I have no fighting background. I'm not going to pretend like it either. I'm not a fighter, nor am I a lover.
It was a good Nick Diaz reference though. And just like comedians that stick with it and figure out how to work another job and pay the bills and have a car to get to gigs and keep going,
Hmm.
you know, it's a different mindset than most people have. And it's not the same as the kind of mindset somebody has to train at a really high level or be in the UFC, but there's that overlap in that you're a little different.
Right. Well, like me and Mark, we talk about this a lot. Where like we work regular, like standard, like jobs, and then we go and do comedy, and it's like fuck, we're exhausted. But then I hear, like you fucking go and you'll go work, do comedy, fight motherfuckers, and then still go work out. Like I remember one time we did a show at Mystic Saloon, and then I was like, man, I'm so tired. I came from work. You're like, yeah, I went on like a 10-mile hike around here, and then I came and did the. I was like, what the fuck? A 10 mile. Like,
Patric walked in on a mic in Stockton. And he walked up to me, and he was still hunched over in fight mode. And I knew if I said anything wrong, he was going to rip my head off. So I didn't say shit because he was still like in like don't fuck with me mode. And he was like, yeah, I still am that. I was like, oh yeah, right. He's been training with world class fighters. I should just shut the fuck up and let him be. That's the best thing about dealing with Patric is everybody else says, you know, they don't do anything. They just do fuck all and they do a crappy regular retail job or whatever the fuck. With Patric, he's like, no, he's been getting knocked around and sparring with these people that can kill regular people in an instant. So he's almost when he goes to the mic, he's kind of ready. Even if he fails, even if he doesn't get a laugh, it doesn't matter because he's just been in a fight the whole fucking day. So
I think that's helped
I mean,
Yeah.
as
makes
far
sense.
as the not caring.
because
Well,
you go to high stress
yeah.
shows, you go these big crazy. I don't want to out you, but you've been working with. It's up for you to say, working with these big crazy like holy shit that guy hosted SNL kind of people and these big venues and stuff like that. And your kind of mentality is like, well, I was just in a crazy sparring match with this guy who's a Hall of Famer and shit. So this really doesn't bug me much now. So if this all doesn't fail, oh well, fuck it. That's always kind of how I see you and how you go about things.
James McCann took me on tour with him earlier this year, and uh, I'm a lucky guy. It sounds like we're going to be doing more stuff next year.
Hell yeah.
But
Awesome.
he had me come do a set for him when he came to Sacramento because that's like the place I'm closest to as far
Yep.
as where I live, and that had gone well. And then he had said, "Hey, if you want to jump on some more of this tour with me, you can." And
Which is a great
I
offer for like a higher up comic to just be like, yeah, come along, come on, do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a giant offer. It gives you a career,
hmm
uh, not just exposure, but money, stuff like that.
real pay, and real like connections with like club bookers and all that kind
Yeah,
of shit. Yeah.
and so I got right back to him, and normally I go slow through things, but I think within 48 hours I'd gotten back to him, and he said, "All right, like let me figure out some logistics and stuff," and then he ended up getting back to me like a month later, and he said, "Here, come do these shows." And the first show was 2 days later at the Irvine Improv.
Wow.
And no, it was 3 days later, pardon me. And I had been dealing with, I had gotten a urinary tract infection during
Oh.
the summer, which I didn't
Oh
know
no,
men
that
could
too. You
get.
didn't tell anybody. What the fuck? Okay.
Mm-mm. I get that from the whole fighting thing. You don't talk about when something's hurt or wrong.
Okay.
You either go do the job or you don't.
Is
But
that
I
common
had
in
this.
fighting, or is that with some other bullshit?
That's fighting. Every time you see a UFC fight, both guys are injured.
No, I meant
Like,
urinary tract shit.
no, guys rarely get them.
Okay, I thought that was
Oh.
a
I'm
regular
gonna
fighter thing.
I'm
Okay.
gonna I'm gonna keep it private how I got. No, you have to get it from a girl. And
Okay.
anyway, I had been given a 7-day course of antibiotics to get rid of this urinary tract infection, which you don't want one. They become a motherfucker. But I'd taken the antibiotics and I felt better within 24 hours, and I assumed I was good. And then I started feeling worn down kind of the moment I got off of them, and I just assumed it's because I had just been plowing through everything that I always do, and I was just tired. And then The day after James reaches out to me, I start feeling really bad.
Mm.
And the next day, the day before the show, I'm in the emergency room.
Wow.
And it turns out that the antibiotics, I didn't take them. I took what I was supposed to take, but I should have been put on like a month of them. And it didn't kill the infection. And the infection had gone to my prostate
Oh fuck.
and was working its way into my kidneys. And it was bad. And I'm in the emergency room getting like IV antibiotics, and I'm like, oh no, like the most consistent big opportunity I've had in comedy isn't happening. I'm going to be stuck in the hospital.
I was with you when you got the message. You never emote, but you were like, "Oh shit, hooray! This is a big
Yeah.
gig." Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
wait, I was there too. You were out. It
yeah.
was outside of Death
Yeah,
Puppy.
we were at the Deaf Puppy Comedy
Fuck, I
Club.
remember
So
that.
you're struggling, and you're like, "Okay, but I this infection's going into my prostate, and this is
Yeah.
the next day. Where exactly at?"
I was in the hospital up here in Northern California. I ended up getting out and able to get 6 weeks worth of antibiotics. So I'm supposed to take that night and head down and drive down the next morning.
Damn.
And I felt
To
like
Irvine in Southern
to
California.
Irvine,
Yeah.
and I felt like absolute garbage. But I was like,
Be in a
I just need
car
to be
for like
able to
six,
walk into
seven
the green
hours.
room. And I walked into the green room. I made it. And then it was time for me to go on stage. And I just, like I always do with those kind of things, I just kind of like, like you were saying, I'm sure it comes from the whole fighting stuff, but I was just like, don't be a fucking pussy. Just,
Wow.
you know, you're not, you're not going to die. And all you have to do is be up here for 15 or 20 minutes. Just do it.
That was
And
one thing when we get stressed about our shit and go, oh, I got to do a big gig. You got to look at it as like, you're only up there for 10, fucking 15 minutes or so. And then after that, you're done. You shouldn't
which is
stress out.
not, it really isn't that big of a deal,
Oh,
but
God, it's such a small
it
amount of
is
time.
within, the craft or whatever. But and I went up there, and I'm not the most lively on stage anyway, and
No.
I had a great performance, and James was very happy, and I progressively from there felt better, taking these antibiotics for another 6 weeks. And we went on to the next show and the next show. And
You were going through it during my show as well, like the darker and darker in the main room of the punchline. I know that was a more emotional stuff. That
Wow.
was no health stuff going on. That was just emotional stuff. Yeah, I don't want to
yeah,
dig into it.
which was affecting my health, but I had
You were like afterwards. You're like, I didn't sleep for 3 straight days when I got on.
I didn't. And that was dealing with my romantic life. But I had a very fucked up night before that. Seeing somebody that it was really hard for me to see, because they had really kind of destroyed themselves. And it my heart was already broken over it, but that had really messed me up. But I will say that I told her a little bit about some of my new material, which was inspired by her, and she was proud of it,
That's good.
as dark as the material is. And so when it was time to do the show, and I had an opportunity to go do that stuff in a place where Mark was running the show, and the point was, be as dark as you want to be.
It's a real
uh
show, and the crowd was having a good time with everybody. And you're like, are they gonna? You're like, are they laughing at real shit? I'm like, yeah, I mean, they're laughing at this, that, and everything. And they were loving Connor Martin at that time, so I was like, I think they'll fuck with this as well. Go up there and do it. So fuck it, you know.
And I went up there and did it, and I'm glad it's over because I didn't feel good, but in a weird way, it almost made the show and the set more real, less fake business because I just felt like I was in a nightmare.
We needed that.
Fuck, man.
We needed that performance at that time for that show, in my opinion. I thought that was a fun little, like, look, it's a dark place and this guy's going through something, but it's not like it's eerily quiet and it's awkward and this is what we needed for that at that point for the show, for a show to be called Darker and Darker. That's what we needed. So I thought it was awesome. So
I was happy about it, but I just I seem to have this pattern of anytime something I actually care about in comedy happens, things aren't going to go well. They always go well, almost. Maybe they always do, but I need something really fucked up to happen right before, and I need to get through it. And then once that's, I'm like, all right, everything's going to go okay.
somebody told me,
Because
one of the veteran comics told me one time that's usually how his best sets go. Is like something terrible happens. It's like it's in my life. If something horrible happens, like something personal, I have the best sleep of all time. The night of, I'm like, well, fuck. I don't know what to do. I'm just fuck it. I guess I'm just gonna go to sleep, and I get like the best sleep ever. So one of my a comic friend of mine, I don't want to name him. He said, yeah, if I ever had anything horrible happen, I have like the best set that night. I'm like, I don't know. This means nothing to me now. This is just another fucking thing. Dealing with it, I got to deal with. So,
I think of it kind of like almost as a whatever you call it,
escape.
like
Is
a
it like an escape for you?
no, I think of it as a God thing. Like you gotta do your time, and if you just and it's not really how the world works for most people that appreciate things. You don't just get stuff handed to you and everything goes great. You got to really earn it,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes we don't gauge what that earning is accurately. We're like, well, I've been doing comedy for years and I've been practicing and I wrote these jokes and so I've done the work. And then the universe is like,
No,
no, no, no, you haven't been through enough. You gotta go through something else to prove that you really want this to happen and that you really can keep it together.
very true. The universe will provide more games for you. It'll change it up. It's like a
Yeah,
video game. It's not just like oh, you figured it out, and now everything's going to be easy. People make that seem to be the case, but that's not honestly kind of how it goes. You don't just figure it out and know what to do from here on out.
I'd
That's a
like
good
to
way
have
of putting it.
You
I'd
need
like to have
pain.
peace at some point in my life, but at this point with the comedy stuff, because so many great things have happened in a relatively short amount of time. When the next thing comes up, I'm like, all right, universe, hurry up and show me what the fucked up thing's gonna be. Like, let's fucking go. You're not taking me out.
Do you want more adversity?
I'm not gonna shy away from it.
Okay.
I don't want it. My
You
life's
don't,
been hard enough, but I'm not running away from it.
shit. Jordan, what do you got? I'm sorry. That was.
Well, I was
Uh,
gonna say like fucking like I think I dwell when bad shit happens, so that's like very inspiring to me to hear that like you can turn like pain and make it into like I mean sure later down the line like a lot of my jokes I tell are like painful and they
Yes.
sucked, and then over time after dealing with it, sitting with it, I turn it into something. But the fact to deal like get stabbed and then you're like, all right, get on stage with this knife still in my chest, like that, I envy that because that's really hard. And like, I just think I'm very envious of it because, I mean, I think I'm very like loud and bleh on stage, so I guess maybe it's different for how my performance is. But like the fact that you both said you both can do that, that's crazy.
oh, not me.
Oh,
No,
I thought you were saying
there's
you
been
could.
a few times I've gone through some shit and ate my dick on stage. I was just like yeah. But I like the whole like, well, fuck. I'm going through something. Fuck this. I'm gonna go up there and do it. And if it's only like 10 minutes or whatever the hell allotted amount of time your set is, and just do it. You kind of like focus out everything else, and I applaud that. Damn it, I got so many dumb questions, and then I don't fit into any of this bullshit. This is
Well,
getting a
this is kind of like
serious
a little.
conversation.
What I was gonna ask is a little
Sorry.
on topic, off topic.
Stelly, okay, don't worry about it.
I'm very interested in how you got into stand up comedy because everything you've done is like been very aggressive and very like gun ho, all that, and then you do comedy that's all about joy and making people laugh. Like, how did that fall into your lap as well? Like you're training, beating people's ass and shit, and then you're going and making people like. How did you even come into this field?
I had a good friend who I hadn't kept in touch with for well over a decade reach out to me randomly and tell me basically that he'd had a dream that I was making people happy talking into a microphone. And he was like, I have a lot of my dreams are, I think it's called clairvoyant, but
Oh yeah, yeah.
they come true. And he was like, do you have anything to do with talking into a microphone?
Oh, and that's why you mentioned the music thing earlier.
Yeah. And I was like, I've had a podcast in the past. And in the conversation, I was like, I, I like stand-up comedy.
Mm.
Uh, I didn't like it, but I don't, it was just something I said. And when I said that, he was like, it was comedy. And he
Oh.
was like, do you have jokes and stuff? And I was like, no, I'm not really known for my jokes. And he had said, this was right around the pandemic. There wasn't a lot to do because everything was shut down. He was like, why don't you see if you can write some jokes? Just, why don't you see if you can write some jokes? So I ended up writing some jokes for a few months. And then my girlfriend at the time found the notebook I was writing them in. And she was like, what is this? I was like, I'm writing jokes. And she's like, for what? I was like, I don't, probably nothing. I was just writing some jokes. And she said, jokes for stand-up comedy? I said, well, yeah, that's I guess, but I don't know that I'm gonna do any stand-up comedy. And she said, you've written all these jokes. If you don't go perform them sometime, you're a pussy. And y- there's nothing more
Is pussy
motivating than me.
is a triggering word to
It,
you? Yeah.
it triggers me.
It's like Back to the
And
Future when they call him chicken, and then he just pauses. He's like, nobody
yeah,
calls
I
me
guess it's my
chicken.
toxic masculinity or whatever, but
You
I
don't
can't
like the
take
words pussy, bitch, or can you censor this,
No,
Jordan?
I can't.
Okay. The other F word.
yeah, I don't like being emasculated.
Yeah.
And
I think no
and
one
so
does. Really, you know what I mean? Like that's
I
fair.
don't think so either.
Did you
That's
see
why
the
I don't
movie? Did you see the movie Eddington?
no.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. For there's an emasculation scene. Don't worry about it. It's fine. I can't tell now. But you don't like the word bitch and pussy. Those bug you.
I like to say it to people, but I don't like it being said to me. And so she knew what she was doing. And once she said that, I had to do it. And I waited until things opened back up because I didn't know that there was a list of open mics on Facebook and shit like that. And I pulled up to that place that was in downtown Stockton, that theater place that was only open for a little while. And
Ghost Light
Oh
Theater.
shit.
I think you guys might have been there, and I know Nick Michelson was.
I was there.
Yeah, I was too.
And I went and did my jokes. And I remember Nick came up to me and he asked me how long I'd been doing comedy. And I said, this is my first time. And I think he invited me to go to a guest set at like an arcade in Stockton or something.
I was on that
And
one. Yeah, downtown Stockton. It was like, oh fuck, what was it called? I know exactly which one you're talking. Was
you
You
know,
know
Ellis
what's
it's
Riding?
weird?
like
You know what's weird,
it's
Patrick? Like
downstairs.
anybody who's ever seen Patrick is always like, "Oh shit, there's something there." I don't even care if he's good right now. There's something there. He's gonna get way better down the line. Everybody anybody who's ever detected anything has always said, "Oh shit, okay, yeah, there's something here. Get him a
Well,
spot. I don't care." Yeah,
that was 3.5 years ago.
everybody.
Fucking
It seems
wild.
like that kind of seems like a common pattern with you. Everybody that goes like, "I don't know who he is. I don't know where he came from, but there's something there." Audiences like him, even if they're not laughing their balls off. If they are or they're not, there's something here. It's not just some idiot. We should get him involved. That always seems to be the thing with Patrick. No matter where he goes, that's always just like, wait, oh, fuck everybody. This is who cares? What the hell was that? That was
Well, I've
different.
been very fortunate,
Yeah.
and for whatever reason, some very successful people like my shit, and they think I have, like you're saying, something there.
And even I saw. I was like,
I agree.
oh, what the hell was that? Wait a minute. What the fuck? That was different. That was different than what we saw tonight.
I've just always appreciated your joke writing and your cadence on stage because of the darker humor with the deadpan. Because me, I tell dark jokes. Mark tells dark jokes. I'm very like
The best thing
when
about
I tell it. You're just straight up like it gives like an Anthony Jeselnik vibe kind of, where it's just
well,
like straight up. This is it, and I feel like it makes it way better if you can do that.
you have to
Well,
accept the
thank
fact
you.
that it may
Yeah.
not go well. So Patrick is always willing to make people uncomfortable, is what I notice. Even if they're laughing or not, he's willing to just go, "This is what I got. You don't like it, great." Usually, though, in front of a giant crowd in a theater, it's phenomenal because people are zoned in on listening to it.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah,
not
they hear
this.
all the words I say.
It's not this other BS where it's just like, oh well, this is a happy-go-lucky thing, and we're gonna clap like seals and nod our heads. The best, it's like a movie theater. If you're showing a fucked up movie like I don't know, Midsummer to people in front of a dumb crowd that didn't want to watch it, then Midsummer is not going to work well for that audience. So it's good to pull the audience into watching something like that. That way, it's the best reaction for it. I think certain audiences should go to watch what they want for what the act is, and not just have an act that tries to appeal to everybody. If you have an act to appeal to everybody, it gets lost along the way, and it's just generic, and people forget about it. So that's
I've heard the Anthony Jeselnik thing a bunch at this point. I didn't know who he was when I started, and I've since gone back and watched. But I remember when I first started, I still am, but it's kind of like muscle memory now. But I was really worried about embarrassing my team, and I didn't want to go up there and be what they would consider corny.
mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And so I didn't want to, I was just hypersensitive about like I'd seen lots of people laugh at their own jokes, for instance, and stuff like that, and I just didn't know what was corny and what wasn't. I didn't
slap
know.
slap the microphone against their knee and all that kind of crap.
I
Yeah.
didn't I didn't know. So my thing was, okay, whatever words I'm saying have to be funny by themselves without me doing anything with them, because I just need to be myself. And I'm not a very happy person. So once I became kind of locked into that, the delivery just became what it was,
And that's what I
what it
was
is.
meaning, but like I that's why I think it works so well because like that's how you could tell like there's a lot I can't really think of an example right now, but there's some comics out there and they have these certain jokes and the only way the jokes hit is by the expression and the delivery and the octave, whatever it is, to make that joke work. The beauty of like your jokes that you have is like you said, it's just the writing, and that's like fucking like hard, like it's a hard thing to fucking do because some people it's like you gotta stick to that fucking formula or else it just won't work. That I don't know. I just always respected your writing and your delivery. It's just fantastic.
I always
Well,
like
thank
because
you.
he always pushes forward. He doesn't. It's just like, this is what I got. This is what I'm doing. This is it. And he just pushes forward. And some people don't fuck with it. If they don't, fine, whatever. But it seems like more often than not, they do. You know, and that's what I always respected about him. What do I want to ask here? Patrick, you hypothetically, if you get into a bigger area, you know, you heard about the Saudi Arabia festival, yeah?
Oh God.
Yeah.
Question:
Yeah.
if you're, let's just say hypothetically, you're working with some bigger names, okay, and you can offer it, would you ever agree to the sweet, sweet Saudi Arabia blood money for the right price to do their festival?
Uh, the first thing I do is ask my team. And for instance, I know Shane Gillis said no.
Yeah.
So if I were to ask hypothetically a Shane Gillis and he said yes, you need the money, I'd go do it. And if he said nope, I wouldn't go do it.
That's it.
That's it.
I've said it many times before. I do it for the drink tickets. I would just do it so I can get my name out there.
Sure.
I
It would
mean,
it would in theory be a good thing. I just ever since I moved to California, I've had mentors and stuff where this thing has kept going. And so I kind of blindly trust them.
That's fair.
And I just figure the money and exposure would come on the back end if I had said no.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
I would do it for the cloud. I would do it for the controversy because
Sure.
there's no one guiding me, and I'm a sarcastic asshole, so I just do it. And if anybody gave me flack, and I go, well, they all the others did it for money, so
Well, how much
uh,
were they getting?
it was upwards from like 150 to like 2 million or maybe 5
Yeah.
million or some shit, depending on the pay rate of
It was
whoever
it
the
was
hell it was.
real good money.
I
Good
would
money.
I would do it and donate some of it to charity. I'm like, you can't be mad. Donate it to charity, but then also I have this.
I've never donated to charity, so I wouldn't do that in the first place.
You've never. You heard it here, folks.
Does
never.
the
You
does the
never at all.
does the tipping out to Taco Bell at the end of the order count?
I know your ass. They're like, it's $13.99. Would you like to round it up? You're like, sure, make it
Eighth,
14.
yeah, 14 cents. I mean,
I mean, sure.
but
Then technically you did, yeah.
If I
I'm
didn't have like a team or mentors, it would probably just depend on how mad I was at terrorists on that given day.
That is fair.
I mean, okay, so you agreed to it. What's your plan then? Do so? Would you? Are you? Is it just for money, or would you just? You know what I'm getting at? What happens if you agree to this? What's your focus if you agree to the? What was it called?
I don't
I don't know
remember.
the name of it
I
either.
know what you're
The
talking about,
Saudi
though.
Arabia Comedy Festival. They all agreed to it, which is some of them didn't.
The money and the bitches.
The money and the bitches, which is what you gotta agree to. But like it was crazy because like it was a bunch of like big crazy name comics that just said fuck it, I'll do it.
Hmm.
Was it like I guess Chappelle got offered like 2 million or something like that.
Hmm.
For
Which
sure.
Yeah,
is
I'm blanking on the name. Oh, well, Bill Burr was one of them.
he got the most flack for it. He can't
He went
escape
he
it.
went and did it.
He can't escape it. He was trying to put like a positive spin on it, but everyone gave him flack for it and shit.
I don't even see a fly for it on his Instagram anymore. I wonder if he.
He's not gonna put the flyer on his fucking Instagram. It's
Well, they
nothing
got-
he wants
they-
to
they
promote.
gotta
He's
promote
nothing.
it.
He's not gonna promote that.
Who else was on it?
Chappelle.
Tim Dillon got kicked off of it.
He got
Oh, shit.
kicked off because he made a few jokes about it. I think
Couple of
even
jokes. He's a comedian.
God, I think even Sam Rill did it. Your heroes did it. Even if your people you love and like, they agreed. Some of them agreed to it and shit. My girlfriend was mad about some of the people that agreed to him. Like, whatever. That's it. And they agreed to it. There's nothing you can do. Well, you think we're all like diplomatic? You think we're all like people that stand by our words? No, we're not. There are no heroes in life. That's what I always tell my girlfriend and everybody. There are no heroes.
Money
All right.
talks.
Here
Epstein.
it is.
Who was on it?
From the Flyer, Tom Segura, Pete Davidson, the Bad Friends, so fucking Andrew Santino, Bobby Lee, Kevin Hart, Jimmy Carr, Whitney Cummings.
Kevin Hart did it.
Gable Iglesias, Andrew Schultz, Dave Chappelle,
Fluffy.
Mark Norman, Aziz Ansari.
These are all your heroes, people. So remember,
Russell Peters,
don't believe in your heroes all the time.
Joe Coy. Which, by the way, did you guys see that Joe Coy is apparently filming his next comedy special at the Stockton Arena?
I hope he dies in the arena.
No, but that's neat.
Never been a fan.
Good for him.
Hey, why? Quit being mean to Joe Coy.
I never been a fan.
He's kind of a because his shit's kind of corny, but
Yeah, that's true.
it's good for Stockton.
I was saying it's putting us on the map. We need more of us on the map.
I don't care. I never liked Joe Coy. I never liked him. I always thought he was a cornball. I never thought he was funny from the beginning.
You're not Filipino.
You know what? I don't like
to say that same thing.
You know what? Those Filipino comics, they always disappoint me every time. Every time they disappoint me. Every time.
Yep.
Stupid Filipino comics. Hey, I have it on my notes. Patrick, I know you're a guy of health. If you were to die the next day or be in prison, you got to be death sentence. What would your last meal be?
That's a good question.
Roast beef.
Roast beef.
Yeah. My grandma always cooked roast beef when I was a kid, and it was like my favorite thing. Of course, the way she did it, but
that'd be hard.
I can't get that anymore. So if I had one more meal, I'd say go make my grandma's roast beef.
You'll respect that.
Mine would be that sounds dirty.
That's fine.
A little bit.
That's the way it should be. Mine
really
would
dirty.
be mine would be chili Colorado.
Okay.
Nothing's better than that. God damn it.
I've never been there.
God damn you. You and your geography.
Yeah.
All right, I got one more.
Yeah, fuck me. We don't need to know what mine is.
Well, what is it?
No, you know what? You don't even get to know. You want to be a fucking piece of shit? Just step over to what Jordan's last meal is. That's fine.
What the fuck is it, you?
You don't even care. Who cares?
Okay, we don't care. All right, Patrick, I got another question for you.
Bitch.
These are some of the stupid questions I wrote down. Let's do this. F, marry, kill. Okay, you know the game, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, F, marry, kill. It's a Christy Nome, Lauren Boebert, or Melania Trump.
Fucking Lauren Boebert. Married Melania. That's a loyal woman.
That is true. That's a very loyal woman.
Kill the other one.
Okay. That is how I'm putting it too. Melania is not going to say shit. She's dealing with whatever. She doesn't care. She doesn't care. All right. So
she can handle you being on the road.
She can handle you being out of the house. She doesn't care. She's self-sufficient. That's the one to marry. Lauren Boebert, she jacked off that guy at the movie theater. Seems like a good fuck. Got her titties felt up. Fun time. Yep. Christy Nome, I don't know. Not a lot of nothing. There's nothing to go there. She's a hot lady, but she seems a little evil. No redeemable qualities. Unalive her. We're unaliving her.
Dead.
Jordy, you don't know who these people are, do you?
Oh, you no. Well, I know one. I only know Melania. Steve Milani.
But not Steve Milani. I miss Steve Milani, by the way. He hasn't been around in a second.
Oh, yeah, huh? We should check on him.
Social media, you hate it, yeah? I hate it. How do you feel about social media at this point?
Necessary evil. hard to play the game. Hard for me to play the game and stay on brand. The algorithm, because I've had, I think, I know Jordan has as well. I've had some stuff go viral,
Mhm.
and that is great for social media, like building your audience. But then the algorithm changes every few months on purpose
Very.
to not only keep people, the audience members engaged, but keep creators constantly cycling through and constantly putting a lot of effort, creating a lot of engagement for them.
Yeah.
And it's, I've gotten in social media jail, which was really annoying, took half of my followers. Um, and I found myself for part of this year doing daily remix reels, which just seemed like the stupidest thing in the world to me, but that was what I knew the algorithm wanted at some point. It doesn't want it now. I was probably still doing it for a couple of months when it didn't want it. And I've got one of my stand-up clips I put up a couple days ago doing pretty well, and then I got 500,000 on a clip that a buddy made from the Shane Gillis show in Sacramento a couple weeks ago. And the tough thing to me, and I'd like to just post stand up and like fight shit, but the tough thing to me, you have to be posting those reels and videos and shit to really grow your audience unless you're already famous. And the whole subject of burning material is like a gray area to me. Like, I don't like putting my best stuff out. I don't really like putting stuff out in general,
Mm.
because then people have seen it. But at the same time, like, I've gotten advice like take your jokes when they aren't finished, or take little riffs or current event things and post them. But if a joke's not really good, for the most part, it doesn't do too well. And comedians tend to gravitate towards the crowd work for posting stuff, but I don't really do crowd work. I mean, I
I
tell
I
people to
feel
shut
like
the fuck up,
I feel like
but
crowd work like videos are blasé. I think they're over in I think they're in over in dead in they're just overexposed. I feel like
mhm,
more people are getting kind of burnt down off of them, and
mhm.
people are inundated with them. So I don't think that's what people really want to see all the time, unless it's something natural or organic and it actually really happens. That's just my perspective.
From
Um,
all the social media that I do, as you guys know, I do it a lot, and it's exactly what you were saying. Is a lot of the times the algorithm. What sucks for comedy, and that's been a struggle for what I see with a lot of us trying to make clips and stuff, is pe- people have that TikTok brain rot where they're just,
Yeah,
and if it doesn't get you in that first second, they skip you, and then
yeah,
instantly you're lost in the algorithm. So a lot of the times, if I ever post clips, I try to make them 20, 30 seconds, like a joke or two, because if you have anything that's a minute plus, people's attention spans, they don't. That's how what's sad about fucking social media now. People are like, this is going on too long for a minute, so it's insane. And so yeah, the duets and stitches of like reacting to other people's stuff. That's sadly how fucking
it's
you get
what there is
seen.
to do.
the
Yeah,
floating
and
head watching a viral video and saying
I do like
hilarious things to it. And when I say hilarious, I mean hilarious things
no like
to it.
me and Patrick. I've been seeing some of yours too, where we'll react to somebody's video, but we do what we do as comedians. Like we'll fucking roast them, and then that gets views. Like one that went viral for me on Instagram was there was a girl and she was trying to sound like a duck, like talk to her duck by queefing. So I did a video reacting, making fun of her, but the video blew up because people were like, "Girl queefing, what the fuck?" And then I got kind of her views on, you know what I mean? So it's kind of
yep,
nice because you're doing your comedic stance of like, I'm talking shit. Here's a roast, but also it sucks because you want to just share your fucking shit.
yep,
But yeah, everything you
yep.
said is spot on.
I stay out of it for the most part because I'm like, well, what's there to show? There's no point of this unless it's something very good, and that's about it. I mean, when I promote, I usually just promote my show and I make a big commercial and I do this, we shoot it and we edit it, and that's about it. But when it comes to me and stand up and me doing my thing, I'm like, no, they don't need to say that. They don't need to see that right now. Is how I always kind of go about it. I mean, there's funny moments and there's shit, all this shit, but I also Jordan gets on me. I don't really film my shit a whole lot because I don't wanna. This is batting practice. I don't want to just put everything out there.
Well, you don't have to post. My whole thing is I film 99% of my sets, and that's just because one, I like to make sure if what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, and then you occasionally catch good moments that you're like how I got a crowd work moment. I was like, cool, that actually was really fucking funny. Let me put it online, get rid of it, and then there's some where I'm like, ooh, I worked on a new joke. It hit here, it didn't hit here. Why didn't it hit? Let's work on that. So I just always say record your shit so you could just watch yourself and make sure your jokes are going off the way they should be.
I just don't want to get into the influencer like complex because I noticed some people it just I don't like influencers. I don't like people taking selfies and posting shit and anything. It drives me nuts. I always think it drives me nuts, and I always figure it drives other people nuts, and they kind of see through it at the end of the day. So I don't like the influencer when there's nothing to influence with. I feel like it's empty calories, you know.
Well, it's like what Patrick
Fake
said.
business.
Yeah. It's like what Patrick said. It's like, unless you have an actual following of people wanting your content, of being like, I need to see that, I want to see that, like, there's really no need, and unless you have, like, people that, like, ooh, I want to see that, please, post that, I want to see your vlog, this, that, all that shit.
I think I need a bigger set of tits.
Yeah.
The tits,
They work
yeah,
well.
they work
get
well.
engagement.
They are engagement regardless, immediately,
Yeah.
no matter what. They're like, oh, I can identify with that. Those are tits. I like those.
Yep.
All right, we're getting
And
close
it
to the.
only takes 10 seconds to view
10
a tit.
seconds to look at it and go, oh, there it is. There they are.
That's true.
There's Jen Sturger. She cheated on fucking whoever the fuck.
All right.
That's what it's about right there.
You have one last question mark. We're getting close to the end cap here. I read on mine.
I got one.
You got one more? All right.
It was like a saw trap, right, Patrick?
What?
You're in a saw trap.
Yep.
Trap and saw. To save your life, it's a random guy you're looking at. And you gotta either fuck that guy or kill that guy. It's a saw trap to save your life. You gotta make a decision. Choose now. There will be blood. Would you fuck that guy or kill the guy to save your life? What's your decision?
Is he going to die regardless?
If you fuck him, he survives. If you kill him, he's gonna die. If you don't make a
he-
decision, you're going to die.
Is he cool?
It's a random guy.
Probably kill him.
Kill him? You're not gonna fuck him?
Probably
You're
not.
gonna kill him to save your life?
Quickly.
Quickly? That's it?
Gently.
Gently? You don't know who this guy is.
I said probably.
Probably. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm looking circling down. Probably. Question mark.
Yeah, I can't see myself fucking a dude.
Why can't you? You can save your life and his life if you fuck a guy.
I don't really not seeing the appeal.
All right. Gotcha.
I just want to know what made you think of this question, Mark.
I was thinking of questions earlier today. That was one of the ones I wanted to write
What
down.
would you do then?
He was trying to get me to say I'd fuck a dude.
What? I mean, if it's to save my life and he doesn't die.
I'd probably fuck you, Mark.
Okay. Clip that.
You're an idiot.
Clip that. Okay? That's what I wanted. I got him.
You got me.
Mark,
You got
I'm
me.
your co-host, and I would fucking kill you.
Well, I'd fuck you.
Oh,
Okay?
I didn't mean it.
No, I'd fuck
I'd make
you.
sweet, tender love with you. How's that sound?
Okay, fine. I mean, I'd fuck both of you to save my own life. And anyway, we're at the end of this podcast, folks. Look, some of these questions are not legitimate, okay? So, whatever. We're at the end of the podcast. Patrick is smiling right now. That's all I need, okay? So, I figured to ask this. It's plugs time, everybody. Let's plug yourselves right now.
Patrick, you got any shows coming up? Any projects, social medias you want to shout out?
Follow me on Instagram, Patric Eley 209. My last name is spelled Eley.
Link in description,
Uh,
guys.
yeah, I don't need to plug any shows. They'll take care of themselves right now.
Hell yeah. But yeah, I'll put all of his socials in our YouTube description and on the podcast description, so go check them out, guys. Mark, what do you got for us?
Follow me at Madman Maple on Instagram, please. Don't got a lot. But kind of taking December off. Forget the other show, but I got one show. Who cares? But the main show you got to follow is please go to it's January 9th at the goddamn Sacramento Punchline, the main room of the Sacramento Punchline. It's the Dark and Darker 2-year anniversary show. I'm hosting.
Great show.
Great show. It's a fully loaded lineup. I can't even tell you the lineup right now. It's fully loaded, but it's our 2-year anniversary show. Buy tickets to that. It's on the damn website. It's on punchlinesac.com. Go to that show.
I'll put it there too.
Go there. That's the show to go to. I don't have a whole. I got another show to announce soon, but I can't say it. It's in the works, but that's about it. But it's a big ass show. That's about it. That's all I got.
Very very fast. Jordan Q-Bomb and everything. The 24th, I'll be at. Oh, that's tomorrow. Ground Stack Coffee doing a show there. The 28th, day after Thanksgiving, I'll be at doing Subject Line at Stab Comedy Theater for Thankful. And then December 18th, I'll be at Food Fix doing a comedy competition in Modesto, California. Come check your boy out. And then every Wednesday at Deaf Puppy. Always go to Deaf Puppy. Amazing club. Support them. Everyone
Good ass
there's awesome. And that's about it. Anything else you guys want to say before we head out?
I thought this was inspirational. I thought we had a good time. Patrick, what do you got to say? Or
Thank you guys for having me.
for sure.
Have a good night, guys.
Follow us at the thing. Go to Patrick's shit. I've had a few. I wish you all continued success. Drive home safely. Good night.
What the?
That's not autistic!